swing at anything close.
2-2. He does here. Hits it left field. Ackley.
What a catch!
What a catch! But he slid too soon, and it still worked out. That's big time. Ackley with some tremendous closing speed and a little luck thrown in.
How about the concentration to come up with this catch?
After he went down there, he'd be the first to tell you he's down about a step, 2 steps early, right?
Well, he might be. He's not sure where the wall is. He was on a dead sprint. He goes into that little bit of a slide and then had to get out of his slide and extend his body forward.
That's big time.
So not quite a dive. He ends up on the ground.
John Farrell, the skipper for the Red Sox, coming out. Talking third base umpire and crew chief Jeff Kellogg. Mariners start today, the #1 defensive team in the American League, #2 in the major leagues to only Cincinnati.
I'm wondering if maybe Ackley, they want him to touch second base. And I'm wondering if he's not sure if he actually caught the ball. Didn't look like Ortiz touched second, so he wouldn't have had to touch it to go back to first. But let's take a look at it. It goes in his glove, and it looks as if when he rolls over, you can see some white. And he picks it up.
Looks like it's still in the glove.
It's on the ground.
Oh, there it is right there.
It's on the ground, and they're taking a look at it. It came out, and that's why he wanted them to touch second base to get the force out of Ortiz. Because when he threw the ball back in, I think he was surprised that they called a catch. He knew it was on the ground, obviously, and he threw it back in and told Brad Miller, touch second base to force Ortiz out. What an effort by Ackley. Great effort. He has it in his glove. And as he starts to roll his body over, the ball comes right out of the end of his glove. Tremendous effort. And there you go. Smart move. You can see Ortiz going back to first. And Ackley saying touch it. He wants to get the force out because he knew it was on the ground. And this will be, we'll see if they can come up with it, but I think that will be a no catch. What an effort. I didn't think he was going to get anywhere near that ball.
I agree. That's what was so extraordinary about it. And then when it looked like to me, looked like an early dive, and I'm thinking, man, that's a good extension, Mr. Gadget there to make that reach out and get that ball in the glove for at least for a little bit.
I thought it was going to be 2 great plays in the inning. Morrison making a diving effort over at first base, and then that one would have been tremendous.
Probably going to get an out of it. Get Ortiz.
Cano had the ball, and he went back and touched second base, and he was looking right at the second base umpire, Pat Hoberg, when he did it, so he saw him touch second. Ackley throwing it in right away, and everybody's assuming it's a catch, and why wouldn't you? And then Ackley's immediately yelling at Brad Miller to have him touch the base.
Hoberg's still looking.
And now they're going to give him second base.
Wow.
And now Lloyd McClendon out of the dugout. That's an interesting call.
I'll say. Let's look at the timing here. Let's see. Get it in the Cano. He doesn't touch the bag there. Umpire still looking for second base. Let's see. Goes back and touches second.
I think Lloyd is asking the third base umpire, Jeff Kellogg, tonight if he called it a catch and what he ruled it. I didn't see what the third base umpire had called it. I was watching Ackley and then Ortiz to see where he was at, and by then the play was over, assuming it had been caught. So really in the end what turned out to be a great play by Ackley and a smart play to come up and get it in right away to get the force out at second. He knew what was going on. May end up costing the Mariners. And I guarantee you that's what the conversation is right now with Lloyd, because he is talking to Jeff Kellogg. That is the third base umpire tonight and the crew chief. And now they're going to go back and look at the video again.
Boy, oh boy. It's like
Ortiz's reaction, it looked as though when Ackley goes in his glove, he turned around immediately to go back to first base. He doesn't know, and I would assume he was looking at the third base umpire, Jeff Kellogg, so he's not sure. We saw this
Oakland
Donaldson twice
in a week. Early part of the season.
It's so difficult when you're the base runner on what to do in this situation, and the only thing that you can do is look at the umpire and go off of what he calls. And that's what Ortiz, I'm sure he's talking about that too, because you really don't know what else you can do.
Meanwhile, Ramirez will.
I can see them giving him second base if Kellogg had called it a catch and an out. Then you have no choice as a runner but to go back.
Watch the left side of the frame pointing fair. Yeah.
But I couldn't tell. I didn't see him call it a catch or an out. This will be interesting again. I knew that would bring Lloyd out, though. I think that you have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that the selling point on this is going to be Ortiz when he throws his hands up in the air wanting to know what he's supposed to do as a runner. And then if you assume he catches it, you have to go back. And that's why I was wondering if you saw the out called by Kellogg. They're saying he's going to get second base, and now they'll give Lloyd an explanation of what happened. Interesting play.
I'll say.
No argument.
It's a 2-minute board now.